Okay, well, welcome back everyone. It's our first non-New Year's Day stream of January. I hope everyone had a good first week of the year. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we have 2 level ups to go through, and I was curious to try a relic quest this time around. I think it's not one we've done before, so I don't really know what the rewards of any of these are, but we're definitely going to give one of these a try. So let's start with the level up. Oh, I always do that. Level 7 Brute now. Defensive Tactics or Crippling Offensive. So the Immobilize is quite interesting, and we can target 2 of them. But we haven't done too much range with our Brute. Crippling Offense, attack 6, wound stun, move 3, immobilize, push. So the immobilize and the push is definitely nice. Not been an overly big fan of retaliate. Like, every time we've tried to do something that's retaliate related, or take damage related I should say, we've tended to get killed. So we'd only really be using this for the top card. The top part. I'm going to take Crippling Offense. I think it's just got more applicability for us. And what's the card we're going to replace it with? Grab and go with upgraded, because I like the jump on that. Move through, push. Attack 6. We haven't got Overwhelming Assault in at the moment. That was the natural replacement. Alright, but we've already taken that one out. Let's try removing Spare Dagger. We use that every so often, but not a huge amount for really good value. Level 6 Hatchet. Bombardment. Attack 3, range 3, attack 3, range 3, attack 3, range 3. Quick turnaround. Okay, attack 4, range 3, push 2. Extra range with push. I think I like quick turnaround. I like the fact that we can move and loot one to pick up our favourite. I also like the fact that it's not a burn card. We have so many top level burn burners on the top. So we're going to pick quick turnaround. Yeah. Hold on, make sure I click the right one. Quick turnaround, yes. And then what are we going to drop? I'm tempted to drop Center Mass. Or Second Wind. Let's drop Second Wind. We're not using that heal very often. Let's see how we get on. Before we move on, every year I will always do, I should say, Dry January. This year is no change. So it is non-alcoholic Guinness this evening. Interesting taste. Pours like normal Guinness though. So what do we want to do for perks? Add a disarm and a muddle. I think we'll do disarm and muddle. So I think from looking at how I've seen these cards apply and this arrow, I think what this means is we can draw this in addition to any of our normal modifiers. So we have plenty of ways to apply poison. But we do have that card that picks up poison, that does extra damage if a target is poisoned. The invisibility is too situational. I can't rely on drawing that. So I think I'm going to go with the poisons and start stacking up poison in our deck. Now for the hatchet, I want to take out as many zeros as I can. So it's, do I take out... Adding +2 wind is really good as well. Because if we look at the item we gave the scoundrel last turn, Stormblade, it doesn't get activated or tapped, to use the magic phrase. So I think I'm gonna start filling up with +2 Gale cards. The other choice is to put some poison in, but I think that also replaces a +0. Do a +2 Gale. Let's try that. Now, relic quest time. Or we can do the story time. We get an extra perk for the scoundrel. Should we do that? We'll kill 3 Inox Shaman, 3 Inox Shaman Elite. What's our difficulty at? Let's check we're on the right difficulty. Yep, we're on hard. That's going to get us a free scoundrel perk, which would get us more poison cards, which would be very nice. I know I said we'd do a relic quest. We'll do a relic quest first, why not? Got to kill all enemies all the time. So do we want vermlings and vipers, cultists and living dead? Let's try the first one. I don't know how hard this is going to be. I was reading that these are some of the harder quests in the game. So before we start, let's make sure we get the blessings. Oh, the hatchet's still got a perk to use. Okay, made devotion 6. During your melee attack, take fire to add... Okay, that's nice. Hatchet's got one more perk to use. Okay. I didn't realise that would do the wind again. So that blade is nice. Not that we are promoting fire at the moment, but we might in the future. We can now unlock another relic quest. You've now learned the intricacies of shield and pierce. Therefore, I think it's time to seek out a powerful relic you'll get great use of with your knowledge. There are rumors of a great tinkerer prospector who went missing in the hills to the east of South Shield. It was said he had carried a powerful drill that could cut through any rock. One of my Inox in the area has a map to the last place he was seen. Perhaps you can follow signs of his route and walk straight into whatever killed him. So that's 4 relic quests we've got. Okay, let's give it a try. Maybe we'll have to drop the difficulty down. Let's see how we get on. Everyone is perked up. Does the hatchet have his bless? I'm going to check. Doesn't seem like I can. Okay, let's just check the temple. Yep. Not blessing the Tinkerer. We're not generally relying on him for damage in the same way as we are the others. Okay, and we'll try Ah, so these have got the same enemies. So we're going to try into the Viper's Pit. Travel. The road you are on leads you to a narrow cliffside path. As the only route in sight to reach the bottom, you begin your descent. You notice the cliff face here is becoming smoother as you descend. Mysterious etchings and carvings start to emerge as you examine the wall. They begin to morph into shadows that swirl and dance about the surface, seemingly leading you along the wall to a spot on the ground. Tucked into a small alcove at the base of the wall lies an urn, with a small quantity of coins inside. Make an offering, take the gold, carry on walking. Let's try making an offering. The shadows dance excitedly as you make the offering before calming and fading away. You sense that your offering has not gone unnoticed. You've lost 10 gold. We start the next scenario with Dark Infused. We've been blessed. Great. Okay, so we'd already paid for that blessing. You meet Scabwit of the Copper Oasis, where he brings you up to date with the situation. As you head deeper into the oasis, he talks of members of his tribe hearing clanking sounds in the undergrowth, and then suddenly falling ill. They found strange tracks on the ground, but also burning footprints, which led into the nearby hill. He stops periodically and sniffs the ground, pointing up broken grass stalks, or disturbed rocks. Soon you arrive at a cave entrance adorned with skulls and bones. You step inside. Kill 5 or more monsters. Your health is less than or equal to 2. That means we're essentially dead. We'll do Sadist. Take only long rests. Have 1 or more monsters present on the map during every turn. We often fail this when we have to go through multiple rooms. So let's just do the take only long rests. Yeah, we often fail that one as well. Cause a trap to be strong or disarmed on your turn. Never burn a card to negate suffering damage. Neutralize is okay because we've still got Hookshot. Reveal a room by opening a door. Kill 1 or more elite monsters. Okay, kill 1 or more elites should be fine for the hatchet. It's his job to kill things. Okay. This is an interesting tip because one of the rewards here is a chest, but just looting the chest isn't going to give us enough. Otherwise we could have rushed through with Sid Scoundrel. We're going to have to kill everything. Look at them, living in a cave with snakes. This is not how vermlings should live. Beware the archers, they also have poisoned arrows. Attack! Okay, wow, so this is big, right? I've never seen something this big before. So what do you think? That's 1 room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 4 rooms, probably? Yeah, we're going to have to be careful with burn cards here. Very careful with burn cards by the looks of it. Okay. We need to play the favourite. That's an obvious no-brainer. So we've got 2 Vipers and 4 Vermlings. Any traps around? There are. It's a 7 damage trap. So often we'll use Visage of the Inevitable to pull things in, but I can't pull that away from his ally, so we can't do that this turn. We can have the Tinkerer Hookshot. Hook Gun, sorry, which would use the 7 damage to that trap. Then we need something on the bottom. It's probably too late though. So that would work well. Hookshot him in, then immobilize him. I like that as a plan. no other traps that I can see. So do we have anything on the bottom that is not a burnable attack? So that would be 7 damage. I'm wondering if we could do a move to disarm after having put the snake there. Because I should actually be able to kill that guy this turn, so I think we're going to do that. I'm going to swap the immobilize for the move to disarm. Brute, you're going to do your normal, come up here and clobber something. That will allow us to do stick to the shadows. Brute, can you go ever so slightly faster? No. Tinkerer. You want to go faster. So I want to make sure I use stick to the shadows because we have dark at this point. So it's a perfect opportunity to use stick to the shadows. And that one shots one of these guys if we plan this right. We want to try and do this early so we don't get everyone poisoned. So what if I did it that way? Pull range and then stick to the shadows. That gets him. That gets the brute up here, ready to smash. So what should I do with the Tinkerer instead? Because the Tinkerer's plan was to move here and disarm. It's no longer quite so good. But Murderous Contraption is too slow. Would have... Actually, being able to disarm him is probably okay. Because we won't probably do enough to kill him. But the hatchet goes first, so maybe we will. Okay, let's see how we get on. So we should be able to take out the snakes. We'll have to deal with the archers, but hopefully some of the archers attack Scabwit, and Scabwit's got a shield. Okay, so the Vermling Shamans are moving and healing, moving, attacking, and the Vermling Scouts are attacking 5 with no range. And that's a scout. Ah, the Vermling Shaman is my guy. Okay, that's what's confusing me. Confirm targets. We will put the favourite on. +3. Skip the push because we want to make sure we're able to pull him into the trap. Don't ask me why you decided to move there. We're going to pull you down to here. We'll do 8 damage and we'll get some experience. We blessed. Okay, that's nice. We are off to a good start. For anyone who tuned into the last few streams, you'll have seen how many times we didn't get off to a good start. And we were getting cursed at every possible opportunity. So which one of these Vermling Scouts should I kill? I think we go for that one. Seven damage. Let's just hope we get a good roll. We're not going to push. On a +1, please. No, +1. Okay. Hook gun, yes, please. Move to and disarm. Move you over here. Why did he take damage? With 4 in each shield. Okay. So that one seems okay. We can move and immobilize over there to make sure he isn't dealing any damage. Because no one will be next to him. Seems like a fairly obvious choice to get over there. And attack that one for 5, and then the Tinkerer. You've got a 4 with a range 3. Or I can do Reviving Stock. That may well allow you to kill off 2 Tinkerer. I quite like that. Hatchet. Again, trying to avoid using burn cards. Move 3. Loot 1. That's good. Attack 3, range 4. Attack 3, attack 2. The only way you can go quite late. Make you go as late as possible. So that if these guys move with as much range as possible. So if you're here, that gets you in the range of this range here. It's just this guy we would have to deal with. Is there anything you can do a bit better, Scoundrel? To someone who's on their own? None of its allies and one of yours. So using that is okay, but I can't. The other option is to sort of run the Scoundrel up here and do open wound with maybe a stun. But I'm not sure we've quite got enough damage the other way. No, we'll keep it this way. So they're moving to an attacking. Okay. Interestingly, the Shaman Elite is attacking, so let's see what he does. We do have the option to move over here. No way I can avoid them attacking me. So I may as well go here. Skip the rest of the movement. We will attack here. +6, not bad. Sorry, 6 damage. Not +6. Let's get rid of you. This will give us some shield because we killed an enemy. Move 3. Immobilize. And we're going to push because he doesn't have a ranged attack, so we can push him back here other way. Into 10. So, Tinkerer. So if I move you here, you could start by dealing some damage there. What's the hatchet got? I really don't need to go here to pick up the loot and your favourite. And then you have a range of 4. Means in theory the hatchet could hit up here. So Tinkerer, you have so if I moved 2 here, I could then attack 2 and 2. Which probably means neither of them die. So let's try and do the obvious thing, making sure one of them dies. Okay, well, the bless kicked in. Good, we've got the loot and we've got our favourite. Ah, I can increase range by 1. That is almost perfect. Oh, I didn't realize we were going to auto pick up the favorite when we had the loot action. That's really cool. Normally you have to wait till the end of the turn to pick up our favorite. So that seems like a no-brainer. Because if I even get a +1... Ah, okay, get it. But the wound would have been enough with the +1. Okay, so we've made it through the first room. So the hatchet, your approach is obvious. You need as long a move as you can possibly get. You're going to use your boots because they've got +2. That allows you to 3, 4, 5. That's going to let you pick that up. Now, we often try the unstoppable charge approach into the room, and we normally end up going backwards. So let's try and avoid burning the card this turn. Fatal Advance and Immovable Phalanx seems okay. Then if we get somewhere, we put the shield up. Everyone else, I sort of want you to go later. Ink Bomb and Stun Shot are generally good safe cards to pick care for it going into a new room. Move 5 and move 3. That lets her go 8 and she has an invisibility type. So that seems good as well. Power Pitch, you're moving. We'll go for the longer range. Again, as late as we possibly can. Move 2, heal 1, target all adjacent allies, bless self. Okay. So brute. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how does it look? How it looks is not pretty. They're all elites. So should we move back? I think we should. I like the idea of making them come to me. They're going to get blocked up in the doorway. We can skip the attack, but we can get the shield. I am going to use a healing potion here to make sure I take the poison off. We're probably going to take a few attacks. Although none of these have got ranged attacks. Perfect. Okay, so we've got one guy who's decided to help us out by standing in the doorway. He has managed to poison us again, though, somehow. Is that an innate ability on the Vermling? What worked quite nicely for us last time was attempting to really leave them in the doorway. So if I put the scoundrel here, is that the right thing to do? Because then I could put the Tinkerer up here and start ink bombing in here, and we're just limiting the scope under which they can attack us. I think that's the way it cheeses it slightly, but I think it works best. I ideally want the attack 3 and the poison to go off, so I'm just going to use the normal movement here, because it doesn't really matter which one I do. Confirm. Skip the movement. Put some poison down there. Okay, end the scoundrel's turn. hatchet. You can move over here, pick up the favourite. You've also put up air. Now, who should I attack? If I hit here, we kill him. But the scoundrel can probably take care of that next turn. If I was to go here... I think that's better. Nice 4 damage. We'll end the hatchet's turn. Now I think we bring the Tinkerer up. Nope, not that one. Undo. Move here, and then we ink bomb in here. That's a very nice ink bomb. I could even ink bomb the ones at the back. That's even better, actually, because the brute can deal some damage over here. Oops, I think it just lagged then. Not sure entirely what happened. It froze up on my screen. Get the eagle eye goggles to try and make sure we get as much as we can, and we'll bring up dark as well as an infusion. Okay, that wasn't bad. I think we end the turn here. So, it seems like an obvious thing here, attack for 5. Let's do that. Anything you can do to shoot. I don't want to use up burnable cards. I wanted to see if I could be able to pick up the gold, but I don't think I can. I suppose I could just go afterwards, couldn't I? That's fine. There's no point in leaving the gold there. So we'll do that. Then you have a repeat shot for next turn. Open wound and crippling poison seems a no-brainer choice. I don't have a flamethrower in anymore. Really, any damage card is good here for the Tinkerer. Let's do Toxic Bolt. Should we just go for a heal on... Yeah, let's do that. Heal the Brute, okay. Ah, so the Vermin Scouts have got move and jump, so they're going to get through me. So this is going to make it a bit more interesting now. Attack you and immobilize. It's not really going to matter, is it? I can't get to a second target. Nope. Please take off the poison. That's the poison done. So these guys aren't attacking, but they're all going to go and spread out. I suspect. Ah, so they can't jump through me? I was expecting them to be able to jump behind me. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was expecting them to do. Actually, if you attack here... Ah, so if you... Hold on. If I put it here and put the favourite on, does that guarantee he dies? No. But that's probably okay. So the snakes can't attack. That's the good thing. Brute, you can attack for 5 here. For 1 experience. Does that seem good? Or should I attack over here? What's the better one to attack? Probably doesn't matter. Okay, so we double stunned him. Okay, so what that means when you draw that card, the icon from before, it's not quite what I'd said. It's you just draw another card as well. Now I'm going to move the Brute in here. He'll pick up movement, he'll get some shield. Or he should get some shield. Act 3 push, move 4. Seems perfectly sane. You have to... What does the Tinkerer have? So a heal 3 is a nice one for the Brute. Do you have any way to deal some damage? You do not. So you can either move and push. You have a heal. And you can move. So I think we will long rest you. Is that safe or not, or is that too greedy? If I short rest, I'm likely coming out and just clobbering this guy. I think we do need to short rest. I think it would be too risky to long rest. I don't like losing that one. But okay, didn't particularly like losing that one either. We don't have dark up, so there's no... So he's only attacking for 3. So to move and attack, that's 5 damage. That frees the hatchet up to do some things. Okay, let's go with that. They're attacking with range. Okay, so this has changed things up a bit. So you're going to deal 3 damage and push 2. So Hatchet, you now have enough damage to kill this guy, so that's okay. Scoundrel. Now, do I want you to attack? You're clearly going here. Now, which target should I attack? So she's going to gain disadvantage when I attack. Okay, let's do that one first. Is that okay? Make sure we can get a poison off on you. That will help the brute. We'll end the scoundrel's turn. Tinkerer. You're there, please. We'll move over here. That's okay. Yes, please. Damn it. It's really annoying. I think it's gonna take us back too far. Oh, we added an extra disarm. That's not bad. I'll take that. Thankfully we didn't get the crit, because we'd given him muddle. God for small graces. Brute, you may as well long rest. Pull you or something. You may as well long rest. Tinkerer. So you can attack and move. Okay, let's see how we get on. Moving and healing, moving and attacking, moving and attacking. Yes, please. Good. Four gold, 4 gold. Let's go here. Incorrect, please attack. So it doesn't matter which of the movement cards they use. Good. Get over here. Is Gabbert going to heal himself? Good. Okay, Brute, get some healing in. Which card will you lose? Lose warding strength. We'll take out double throw. And we'll end the hatchet's turn. So we can't get to the door even as fast as I go, but we're going to try. Use that. Something. So you can move 5. And we'll do that. Tinkerer, you can long rest. I need you to move as fast as you can. Move 3 to pick up the favourite, I guess. Something that would normally burn on the top. Right, then that one. Move 5. Skip attack. Go here. Then you can pick up some loot. Skip the attack. Scabwit looks like he's blessed himself again. We're going to lose Disintegration Bomb. I like the animation, but we're just not close enough to the front lines at the moment. Now this might be a move and stun. And an immovable phalanx. That seems okay. It's the fastest you can move. So I want to keep the air card if I can. So we'll do the center mass. And there's something that will burn on the top. Move 4 on you, please, Tinkerer. Maybe we get out Murderous Contraption, but probably not. Do that. So what have we got here? So the Vipers are moving 3. I think I put myself here. No one's attacking with range. The Vipers probably can't get to me. So at least I've got my shield up. That's helpful. Really what I'm trying to do is lure one of them into the trap. Have my drink. That goes through. Okay, so how far can you move? Let's get your bonus movement on. Skip the push. Skip the attack. Important to make sure we're not using the burnable part of the card, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. This is okay. Because she's adjacent to the brute, so that means you can make use of her good adjacency cards. Okay, so no one got to me. So Whirlwind isn't bad here. So I do have a move 4 with a jump. And then I could Whirlwind. I could, in theory, Whirlwind with a stun. Got to short rest the Scoundrel. Don't particularly want to lose that. Okay, fine. Is that a good move? Whirlwind in with a stun? Probably, right? Then we move 3, attack, pull him into the trap. Then that Whirlwind is going to deal fairly good damage. I like that. You need to move as fast as you can. Tinkerer. I shouldn't have put you next to the trap, never mind. It's the fastest you can move. 2. Okay, good work, Tinkerer. Fine. Okay, so the Vermling Scouts are not attacking very much. So the plan is move here. Attack. Pull. You need some boots, I think, Tinkerer. Then heal yourself. Please don't walk into the trap. not used Whirlwind before. Let's see how it looks. ×0. Seriously, game? All that work. And then we got the ×2 on the guy that was nearly dead anyway. Typical. At least we've got a bit of armor on. So if the Brute had gone a bit later, we would have got a better Whirlwind off, but never mind. Okay, the Hatchet can't get much closer because the Scoundrel's in the way. Tinker's in the way, sorry. Yeah, nothing to hit. Lower the damage as much as we can. So a disarm is going to be good, and then a push and an immobilize seems sensible. So we can visage with the inevitable him if we chose to. Really, it'd be nice to get in and deal some poison, but I'm not sure that's going to be possible. So, Brute, you'll disarm, immobilize, and push. That will keep you mostly alive. You have move 5 and jump. That's what we're going to use for you. Then you can just stick to the shadows. That seems fine. You've basically spent your entire rest cycle doing nothing because you can't get close enough to the front. Same with you. Okay, just keep chugging along, I guess. Not much to really be done. There's no point in really moving backwards, I don't think. So the Vermin Shame is going to disarm. The Giant Viper is going to be painful. And the Vermin Scouts are going to be quite painful. So who do we want to disarm? The Viper is attacking for 5, so it really doesn't matter. Push you backwards. You poison Brute, yes. Let's use this potion to take the poison off him. So we're going to attack 4 here. Please jump over there and become invisible. Good. No one's bringing dark up. Do you have enough cards for next turn? Yeah, you're good. Better. Shit, 8 damage. That was painful. I wonder if we should have short rested to get back some more of our cards. That might have to be the play. Brute has got 1 health left. So you definitely have to short rest. There's nothing you can do. Okay, and we can't do anything other than burn. Okay. So you absolutely have to flee now. Fast. So let's try that. How far can you get? So Brute, you're coming back to me, so you want to do as many heals as you possibly can, Tinkerer. Fine, you need to short rest. Okay, fine. Move 3. And start dealing some damage. That one. So the problem is everyone's likely to attack the scoundrel, aren't they? So she has her jump boots up. So I could 1, 2. So I could do poison and then that, but she's likely to take so much damage because she doesn't have her cloak. Yeah, no, she has to short rest, so she gets a card so she can recover. That's okay. And then Venom Shiv. Okay. So who's dealing the most damage? The Viper is dealing 3. You're dealing 6. You can only attack a Viper anyway. Let's do that to try and give ourselves the most chance of killing. It might not be enough. I think the Brute might still be dead at this rate. Okay. Scoundrel, you might have to tank for the Brute. Need a good... so need a good roll, and we hit a times naught. Thank you, game. Try pushing you. Think you can still... We have to take some damage. Take some more damage. This one first. To remove the poison. Then this. I'm going to bring stamina booster back for next turn. So that we have it available. I think we're going to just do Fatal Advance. Just make sure we kill it. I think we're in fairly bad shape at the moment. Yeah, so you can't do anything at the moment. Scoundrel. Hatchet. You can fearsome efficiency. And quick turnaround. That's 5 damage that she will have dealt. Repeat shot should be enough. Brute and Tinker It, you can heal the Brute. Okay, so the Verminlings aren't moving, thankfully. That's okay. So we can probably recover a little bit this round. Do that. Make sure that you've done your bit. Then you could move over here. Because these guys aren't moving to put ourselves in position for next turn. It would be 7. No, we're just going to outright kill that guy. We can attack, but there's nothing. The Brute doesn't have enough damage. Do you have any bottom attacks left, Scoundrel? You do not. Brute. Please go there. Oh, it's kill one just normal enemy. Damn it. Okay. Misread. Okay, we stunned it. That's what I get for not reading properly. Where is the favourite? I thought my hatchet had his favourite. Ah, it's up there. On that guy. Okay. Never mind. Tinker, you need a short rest. Okay. Attack 4, range 3, toxic bolt. Okay, Tinkerer, you could in theory take care of both of those. You, I need you to attack there. And attack with fearsome efficiency. Move to poison and smoke bomb. Seems okay, but do it early. Brute, what do I want you to do? I really just want you to survive into the next room. So Tinkerer, you're taking care of those two. So I need to do something about that guy. Maybe you do have to short rest. Let's do that. Then you can attack there. Hatchet can take out that guy. Okay. I think we're good. Early, please, brute. Okay, the Vipers are shielding. Damn it. They're not moving right now. There. Oh, it didn't give me my shield. Oh no, I didn't get the shield. I'm mistaken. Get the shield now. Please put your piercing bow on to make sure he dies. And the poison on that guy. God for that. And a times naught. Okay, so now we're in with a shot. So should I go here? I don't want to use the burn cards. I'm going to run out of cards. Very, very quickly. That first. Times naught. Okay. Come on, game. Cut me some slack. Okay, burn. Another short rest, yes. Okay. You're going to go here and loot and put on something with a good long range. Follow through seems fine. Tinkerer. Nice long movement and some healing, please. I wanted the hatchet to go later. Never mind. See if that's going to be enough to get. And the hatchet's turn. You are going to go pop the door because you're still invisible. Holy crap. It looks as if the item they've been using is in that chest over there. How are we going to kill all of these before we die? So we're clearly going to have to let them come to us, aren't we? I don't see how I can... pull that off. It's been four full rooms with huge amounts of movement required. Lost my invisibility. So I can get over here and... Actually, that's not the end of the world. They're attacking for 6. They're going to crush me. If I get attacked, I get crushed. I think we have to pull back here. There's nothing else we can do. Move 4. Heal you up. How much more damage have I got to deal? 4 13s, 3 11s, an 8 and a 7. How am I supposed to have enough cards for that without exhausting? The only good thing is they have blocked the door for themselves. Sort of. I just took 12 damage. Didn't mean to do that, I meant to burn a card, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Okay, we definitely said these were the harder levels. You have to short rest. Yeah, that's all you can do. Okay, and then you've got 2 cards left. Hatchet, you can deal some damage at least. May as well try. Moving, healing, moving, attacking, moving, attacking. Not sure that's a good or bad place you're standing, Scab. What? And we'll do poison first. Might as well put the stun on. And the goggles. Tempted to deal as much damage as we can. Oops, lagging again. Who do I want to attack? Attack and get rid of him. Two of them are exhausted now. The Scabwit's acting as a nice tank with all that armor. That's only going to last so long, surely. What the hell was that? Oh, target all adjacent enemies. Okay. Him. You basically had to hope for a +2 there. I just don't think we've got enough cards or enough damage left to finish this off. We're on round 16. We should short rest. Murderous Contraption, Disorienting Flash. Murderous Contraption, Stun Shot. Move 2, move 1, move 1. That will deal some damage. can summon the kill bot to give myself an extra turn. I don't think that does much. Probably should have dealt the damage. Attacking twice, all of them. Okay, there we go, he's dead. Still alive, I didn't expect that to happen. I think this is probably over now. Take the damage. I think we might have been okay if we'd been able to move people up faster. I think we definitely lost out here because we just weren't able to move. Hatchet has exactly 2 cards left. Tinkerer, you've got a couple more, but not many. See if we'll... The wound will take him out. The trap there. I think I can push him through his friend. Skip movement. Even if I manage to kill everyone, I've still got to get all the way through to that trap. I think he exhausts anyway, doesn't he? Yeah. Take 5 damage. You may as well loot gun. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything. just taking damage. Yeah, there we go. And we're done. The Scoundrel dealt 95 damage and the Hatchet dealt 91 damage. We killed, wow, 8 enemies on the Tinkerer. 3, 6, 16 enemies. We're just going to return to the map. Okay, let me check the time. Okay, we've been going for an hour and 17 minutes. We didn't pull it off. I'm going to stop the stream here. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll probably not try the relic mission, or we'll try a different relic mission, and we'll probably just bump the difficulty down 1 level to normal and see how we get on with that. Cool. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.